don't know what the country's coming to, but in Rome do as the Romans do.
So, what's up, my peeps? MatrixNative here. Okay, Commandos, today we have another military build. Today we'll be doing a brief history on the 9th Para Assault Regiment, or the Carabinieri of the Italian Army. Definitely are considered to be in the umbrella of the Italian Special Forces. So, this all started with Unstoppable 322 asking 9th Parachute Assault Regiment or Carabiniana. Grandpa served in it, and I said that I would put it in a vote on my poll on Twitter, so that's what I did, and the results actually were tied, as you see here. The first time I posted it, June 29th, 38% between the 9th Para Assault Regiment and ISAF, basically Iraqi Special Operations Forces. Then I said, well, we tied. This is democracy. July 4th, Independence Day, I put it up again, and again it tied with 50%, basically split vote between the Iraqi Special Operations Forces and the 9th Para Regiment. So I put it up one more time before I had to make the decision on July 10th, and we have a winner. So definitely the 67th percentile went with the 9th Para, basically 9th Para Assault Regiment, whereas 33% would have liked to have seen the Iraqi Special Operations Force. With that being said, we got a couple for this week's poll. Alan, try to do a Russian Alpha group, please. And at that time, ISAF was actually on top of the 9th Para. However, the 9th Para ended up pulling it out after 3 pollings. So, sorry about that, Mitchell. Maybe next time. Okay, great fucking bid, man. Not just saying that because I was in it, laughing my ass off. Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate all the comments you guys leave me. So keep them coming. Again, this will be on this week's poll. Can you do the 82nd Airborne? That's what Stryker asked. And Jesse, one thing that has been on my mind, never felt I could do the Russian Spetsnaz, basically. So we'll go ahead and try to get that on the poll as well. Again, thank you so much for your comments. And in closing, Fluffy Bunny Leg, that's a great name, by the way. I can tell Matrix puts a lot of time and hard work into his vid, and it shows. Well, I do appreciate that. Hell yeah, thanks, bro. I'm glad someone knows the grind, brother, because it is a grind, especially when I put these little histories in the front end of these builds. You know, it takes quite a while, so I hope you peeps really do appreciate that. Alan, great bids, keep it up. And Colin Ross Patterson, awesome again as always. So thank you all. Keep the comments coming in. It keeps me motivated. So with that being said, let's get to the history before this awesome build today. Enjoy, my peeps. So the 9th Assault Parachute Regiment, also known as Colonel Moshin, is the most elite regiment of the Italian Army. Basically, Colonel Moshin, the Moshin Hill, basically that campaign was one of the bloodiest operations that the 9th Parachute Regiment was ever involved in. So if you want to know more about that, go ahead and Google it, or I could just go on forever about the history. However, okay, so they're the most elite regiment of the Italian Army. The men comprising that unit received the most complex and difficult training of any in the Army. Recently, though, the Italian Army General Staff tried to transfer some of Colonel Moshin's capabilities, again, basically the 9th Para Regiment's capabilities, to other special units. Despite this, the 9th remains unique. To this day, its operators remain some of the best trained at what they do and has no equal other inside their regiments. To become basically a Moshin Raider, again, the 9th Assault Parachute Regiment, also nicknamed Colonel Moshin, the Raiders, right? It takes many years of drill combined with an iron and will and a very physically trained body, but that's in any specs ops. I don't hear anything that's out of the unusual as far as becoming one of these elite operators. The Special Forces Training Department is the starting point for all those who want to enter the 9th. Candidates must have at least 3 years of experience in the Army, and nearly all have operational missions under their belt. After 3 weeks of training, where the drill instructors test the potentials of the recruits, the future operators enter the Special Operators Basic course. Now, with that being said, again, I don't really hear anything that makes them stand out from any other special operators. You're going to have to be mentally capable, physically capable, be able to put up with the mind fucks, and as a lot of operators go, once you reach that status, you've got to have some time in the line units, you know, in other units before you make that jump. Like, it's very unusual for someone to go straight into said operator spec ops forces without having served first in some kind of combat line unit. So with that being said, the origins of the 9th Parachutist Assault Regiment can be found as early as World War I. It was during this period that the 9th earned its reputation as a fierce fighting force, going over the top of trenches, followed by the launch of hand grenades deep into enemy territory, was just commonplace with the 9th. The 9th was responsible for the capture of numerous Austrian positions on Monte Grappa, including Colonel Moschen, and that, my friends, is how the 9th became known as the Colonel Moschen unit, because that was one of the bloodiest wars in World War II, correction, not wars but battles within World War II, and they not only took the bulls by the horn and kicked some fucking ass, they also actually captured Colonel Moschen, hence the Battle of Moschen Hill. So with that being said, basically, disbanded in 1946, the 9th was reassembled at a company level unit at the Seasno Infantry School in 1953. So basically, the 9th was disbanded in 1946, and then they were brought back together in 1953 and then commissioned on 1 June 1954. So in review, basically, they were active on the books from 1953 until present, even though they were not named the actual 9th Parachute Assault Regiment during World War I. They were very active as a company grade in action in World War I. So basically, they were reassembled as the 9th Airborne Regiment in 1953, and they're still activated today. So they are definitely a Special Forces pipe hitter, pipe swinger type of operators. They're special operations and direct action. Basically, their motto of the Thunderbolt, the source, momentum. So that's pretty hua. I mean, that's a mouthful, but that's pretty hua. So of the Thunderbolt, the source, and the momentum. And basically, they have served in the Iraq War, the war in Afghanistan. They've served on several missions with the UN peacekeeping force. that's a joke. So I guess I got to wear them little cute powder berets. They wear a maroon beret similar to that of the 82nd Airborne. It's a little brighter, however I would still call it a maroon based. And with that being said, my peeps, let's just go ahead and take this down range and get on with the build. Enjoy, my peeps. Okay, so my peeps, what you want to do is hit that back button or select button, go into your loadout screen, go ahead, attack that Y. Once you're there, go into head, jump into it. Facial hair, as always, none, especially since we'll be throwing a little war paint on today. So go ahead and equip that in the none. Here, we are going to go ahead and go with the Warhawk today. Get off the squared away and go into Warhawk. Get it real. We're about to go on deployment. Let's go, Warhawk. Hair color brown, one each, or whatever your specific hair color is. Really glad you can't put it in pink on this game. Let's go. Rules out like 50% of my peeps. Let's go. Facial detail burn, I'm going to be putting that on the left. Body details, facial paint, we're going to go with the Prestige Jungle for this build, my peeps. Right arm Santa Maria, left arm Familia. Clothes, today we're going to be go ahead and equipping the fleece, and we'll be putting that in the 1634 AR1. Now, I do need to say that their pattern actually resembles the Marpat. However, since they don't have Marpat and they really don't have the camo that the 9th Para Assault uses, so before I get all the comments, again, this is my build. You can make your build any way you want. You know, if they had certain things, I would definitely use it. These aren't 100%, as I've stated in many videos, but a lot of people just don't get it. These are not 100% true builds, because there's no way you can go with 100% true builds in this game we love and know as the Wildlands. So go ahead, equip that fleece, put it in the 1634 vest. Today we're going with the IBA. I just feel like we've just been killing the Mali, the Mole harness, the 511 VTEX, the Tactate plate. We've just been killing it. So today we're going to go with the IBA, because I know that in fact they do wear this LCE in the RL. So we're going to go with the IBA, and we're going to put that in the number 934 Coyote Brown. Pants, we're going to go with the Cargo C. We're going to put those in the 1634. Footwear, we're going to go with hiking boots. We're going to put those in the black. Ghillie suit, obviously none. So accessories, my peeps, we're going to go with the Oakley SI ballistic frames. We're going to put those in the 2.6 matte black clear. Again, you know, you can go with something darker if you would like, but to me, one, I like the clear lens, and two, because of this ridiculous sexy camo paint face we got on, we want it to be able to be visible through our lenses. That is why I'm going with the number 2.6 matte black clear Oakley SI ballistic M frames. Let's go. Base wear, today's build, none, my peeps. Headwear, we're going to go with the fast ballistic helmet, also known as the FBH, and we're going to put that in the number 933 Coyote Brown. Headsets, we're going with headset B today, and you'll be equipping those in the black. It really fits this helmet and this look. So again, we're going to go with headset B, number 16 black. Handwear, of course, Oakley Pilot Sandstone. I was thinking about going with some Kev and some Novaks or something, but you know, through my research, they certainly do wear, just about all the Spec Ops certainly do wear the Oakley Pilots, and we'll put those in the 5.5 Sandstorm. Rucksacks, my peeps, today we're just going to go with the standard issue and put that in the 1333 Sandstone. I think it fits this build nicely. Again, this is more suggestions. All my builds are more suggestions. You know, I'm not there in your house. I can't tell you exactly what to equip. Hell, you might hate this build or some of my builds. So guess what? Good for you. That's why we live in a democracy, because you do actually have a freedom of choice. But for this build, for the MatrixNative build today, they do in fact carry the 18K 416 as well as the M4A1. So in today's build, you will be, everyone should have it unlocked. That's another great thing about it. Everyone should equip a 416. Let's get on into the paint scheme. All right, presets, you're going to go ahead and equip this in the Dead Leaves. Now, my peeps, we have two different kind of camos on our primary and secondary here, and I will show you what they look like in the actual sunlight. However, I just want to state that any of these will be fine to stay with this build. Either one, either camo, the Dead Leaves or the other camo that we will be using, and you can use either one or both, or just one in one as I've done in this video. Anyway, with that being said, put it in the Dead Leaves number 16. Parts, let's part this bitch out. We're going to go ahead and go with, we're going with the stock buttstock, my peeps. Put that in the number 35 Dark Earth, because of the simple fact that we have nothing else that we can choose. Scope, again, now I've had a couple of comments, again, recent comments that say that staying technically true to the builds, the panoramic should not be equipped on anything. And guess what? I agree. You should be going with basically every loadout you could go ahead and put on the EXPS3. I mean, that's pretty much the top rail attachment for just about anything as far as sight apertures go. The EXPS3 is legendary. I know this, but for this video game, wait, what did he say? I said for this video game, we're going to be equipping the panoramic sight, because I like the peripheral view when you have it scoped in, and you'll be putting that in the number 35 Dark Earth. But if you're a stickler, go ahead and equip your EXPS3. I ain't hating you. Put in the panoramic sight 35 Dark Earth. Trigger, of course, we're going with the full auto semi. Large magazine capacity, we'll be putting those in the Dark Earth. You're welcome to equip the 30 or the 20 if you don't have the 50 unlocked. However, just remember discipline on that little finger that you squeeze that big trigger with. Let's go. And put that in the number 35 Dark Earth. Underbarrel. You saw it in the history, my peeps. They definitely use this bastard right here. The bastard of war, my peeps. The M203 grenade launcher, 40 Mike. Let's go put that in the number 25 black. Rail, we're going with the 3 dot. Just got to say it, my peeps. Too bad, you know, good old Wildlands won't let us turn this puppy off. However, we're going to go ahead and put that in the Dark Earth. Again, the laser 3 dot. Barrel, we're going with the short barrel here, my peeps, and basically you can go with the standard barrel if you don't have the short barrel unlocked. However, you're going to lose a lot of handling on that, and in this particular build, again, this build, if I hadn't mentioned, is more like a Ranger fast assault build, because the 9th Para Assault Regiment is basically the same. They just do not do a buttload of hostage rescue and counterterrorism operations. So again, saying that, this is going to be our door kicker here. We're going to go ahead and put it in the short barrel 5.5 khaki. Muzzle, we're going to go ahead and equip the suppressor and the stock muzzle both in black. However, equip the stock muzzle and switch to the suppressor in deployment as needed, on mission as needed, shall I say. And with that being said, that is our primary right there, the H&K 416. With, of course, the mighty 203 on the under rail. Let's go. They are, in fact, a variant of the Colt M16, M16A2. However, this is a tried and true battlefield-tested weapon, the H&K 416. Secondary, I know for a fact they carry the SR25 for a DMR or take them little sniper shots with, Roger. So go ahead and equip the SR24. We're going to go ahead, paint presets. Again, my peeps, this is optional. I have this in the Dark Earth, which I think looks really well with the camouflage we're using for this uniform. However, you can throw on the dark leaves. Again, as stated, you can put them both in the Dark Earth, both in the dark leaves. Doesn't really matter, or 1-in-1 like I have it. Again, as stated, some clips of it in the sunlight. You decide which one you want. But me, myself, I do believe if I had to pick one, I would be going with the Dark Earth for this build. So, go ahead and equip it in the Dark Earth. Go to parts. Right here, stock buttstock. Hey, did it. The compensated buttstock, I wouldn't hate you. However, I want some handling to go with that accuracy, since we'll be using this as a DMR and basically having your team 6. So go ahead, equip that, put it in the number 25 black. Scope, we're going to go with the digital scope this time around. I am liking the scope a lot. However, I'm not going to hate you if you put on the T5XI Tactical. In fact, my peeps, I'm going to go ahead and equip that right now in the black. I'm not hating you if you use the digital scope. Trigger, only one option, semi-auto only. Magazine, we're going with the extended 20. We're going to put those in the number 25 black. The rounds go quick, so easy company on trigger control. Underbarrel, we're going to go with a 4-grip V4 just because I like the handling. You do not lose anything in handling with this 4-grip. So go ahead, put the Victor 4 on and put it in the number 25 black. Rail, we're going with the rangefinder, putting that in black. Barrel, we're going to go with the standard barrel, my peeps. We're going to be go ahead and putting this in the 4.5 khaki. Why aren't we using the short barrel? Look at the decrease in damage and handling. That's why we're not, because that is not a DMR weapon that I would use on the battlefield. However, you throw that standard barrel in and poof, it is. So put that in the number 4.5 khaki. Muzzle, no suppressor, no stock muzzle. We are going with the legendary Compensator Victor 2, as I usually equip with any DMR or sniper rifle, and we're going to put that in the number 25 black. My friends, SR25 DMR, loving this weapon. Carry this weapon for probably around 24 months while I was in the United States Army, so I do like this weapon. Let's go. Handgun, 9th Para does not carry anything but the Beretta. So that is actually what we will be equipping today. The Beretta M9. Let's go ahead, jump into the paint presets here. Go ahead, equip it in the blue-gray, my peeps. If you don't got that, just go ahead and silhouette it out or black it out. Anyways, if you got it, go ahead and equip the blue-gray. Parts, we're going to go ahead and black out, subdue everything. Again, I'm not going with the extended 25. I'm not hating you if you do, but I cannot stand how it looks on the character in this video game in the holster. It just looks rather retarded. So go ahead, keep the standard 15 in. Go ahead and put that in black. Rail cover, black. Barrel, standard barrel, black. And the stock muzzle, we will be putting that in black. We will be putting the suppressor in black, but we will be equipping the stock muzzle for said reasons. The retardiness of this weapon looks like in your holster in this video game with the suppressor on. However, in real life time, I would not be equipping a suppressor unless the mission dictated it. For carrying around, I will always have the stock muzzle on. So go ahead and put that in the number 25 black. And that, my friends, is the Beretta M9. Fired one of these, I can't even tell you how many times, because this used to be the primary for the United States Army once they transitioned from the Colt Commander to the Beretta. So with that being said, I have shot this weapon a shit ton. You see, you got your slot on the bottom behind the magazine for your lanyard. Let's go. This is definitely the military version. Okay, so with that being said, my peeps, we get back into it. All this is optional as always. I will always carry my frag and my flare gun due to my position within my team. So with that being said, my peeps, I hope you enjoyed today's video. The 9th Para Assault Regiment from Italy, and these are some bad motherfuckers. I would put these right with the Rangers as far as fast reactionary forces. They are a fast reactionary force, and they are pretty fucking hood. So with that being said, my peeps, I hope today was amazing. I hope tomorrow is amazing. I hope yesterday was amazing. Don't forget, if you're new around here, go ahead and snipe that subscribe. It helped me out. Tell all your friends about my channel, because my peeps, Operator 41, that's how we roll.
Dreaming big, town is small, and it's going down. All I need is a microphone, I'm headed for the ground. Y'all call me whack, call me weak, they'll never blow, never split. They know like the radio that Henderson was meant to speak. I'm on these tracks, just like Thomas, I'm the truth, just being honest. Y'all a bunch of Martin and Anthony's, yeah, that's prima donnas. Wayne Brady, they know the deal. Henderson,
you like the trick John site, though.
I just go at will, you can call me Uncle Phil. You working, but I work harder to the day I'm Mr. Carter. My girl is a mix between Mrs. Lauder and Mrs. Carter, and I'll never dumb it down. I guess what I just spit is smarter. I'm a master of my trade. No, I won't forget the butter. You know I won't forget it. And when it comes to life, you know I won't regret it. Yeah, I'll say that shit simple and plain. If you thinking I'ma change, well, you must be insane, motherfucker. Still me, I'm still hanging. I've been feeling like the one, and you just one of many. I'm still me, I'm still heavy, and I'm feeling like the one, and you just one of many. Jigga had that hard knock life, 50 getting rich or die. Headed to that B-side records, looking for some shit to buy. Had that Eminem when Nelly spoke that country grammar. Dre Chronic 2001, well that shit hit like a hammer. Had that Kanye West right around when he dropped out. First fabulous stats when Luda popped out. Southern hospitality, that shit shaped my reality. Killing it with Styles P, that shit was like a casualty. Yeah, listening to Pete Rock, Nas, it ain't hard to tell, pump me up like some Recon.